Have you been wondering what it's like to hit the streets?
No.
Oh.
Because Megan always criticizes me about my driving, because I drive the Mexican way. But now I will follow the Canadian rules.
Let's take an adventure in Merida and see how a Canadian versus a Mexican drives. Oh, this Canadian forgot to wear her seatbelt. Come on! Hey guys, we are Mérida Yucatan living. I hate that.
You hate that?
Yeah. Hey guys, we are Mérida Yucatan living, your trusted bilingual realtors here in Mérida, Yucatan, powered by EXP. So thanks for watching us again. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're interested in lifestyle happening here in Yucatan and also the real estate market. We're always here to answer all your questions and assist with anything you need to do with buying, selling, and investing in Yucatan. We are here in Centro Merida, cruising on our way down the highway eventually once we get out of Centro. We thought we would have a little fun along the way and study how this Mexican drives in the quaint little city of Merida, and if he gets honked at, how many rules he breaks, etc., right?
I mean, are you Mexican or Mexicant?
I'm a Mexicant. I drive perfectly well, like every Canadian should.
How's the driving in Merida? And I think it's very important because we know there's a lot of people that are scared about driving in Merida.
We start with stop signs. So, take a look. This is a typical street of Merida. This is actually a pretty smooth and refurbished street, but has a lot of stop signs. And for somebody who comes from Vancouver and Calgary, I'm very accustomed to stop signs and the rules around them, whether it's a two-way stop, a four-way stop, a one-way street, a two-way street, etc. However, for our Mexican friends, it seems to be a new concept. What do you think, Noe?
But I have to tell you a story, guys. These streets in Central are kind of narrow, and back in the day, carriages with horses was the only transportation system here. So the streets were built for that, you know. So now the big cars,
rows of parked cars.
Yeah, now you have to be careful. Megan is a very good driver. I don't know if I can say this word in YouTube. I suck, but yeah, let's keep analyzing the driving thing here.
So, this is a blind corner. Luckily, right now, there's no big issues here, and we can easily cross. But that's a very busy cross street, and oftentimes the thing that activates Noe's road rage is when people block the intersection, and rightfully so. That is not how you're supposed to do it. The traffic should leave a gap, but that's not always the case. So here's another stop sign we're pulling up to. It's for our non-bilingual friends. Alto means stop. You might have noticed because it's shaped just like a stop sign in your town. So it's not a suggestion. You have to fully stop here because these people coming from this direction, by the way, it's a one-way street, have the right-of-way. And it's not an alternating situation.
Even this funny guy.
Hello, my friend. Yes. Even carts and bikes have the right-of-way if they're on the street with no stop signs. So full stop until you are safe to clear. And use your judgment because there's a lot of fast zooming motorcycles and everybody needs to be conscientious.
And look, the thing here is that yeah, I get the alto thing, you know, the stop. But there's some times where you can't see.
But you have to creep out.
So you have to, yeah. I don't know. I prefer red lights, to be honest.
Well, maybe one day when it's a bigger town, there'll be more red lights. But for now, everybody respect the alto.
Look at this guy.
He took his chance. This guy creeping out, you need to watch out for them as well.
I would say you have to drive a little bit
Defensively.
defensive, yeah.
You have to anticipate the wrong and bad moves of everyone else. I think that's what makes me a good driver, is I'm always looking around at what everybody else is doing and anticipating their screw up. Sorry, can't say the F word here on the internets.
So there are a lot of speed bumps.
Yes, and these are serious speed bumps. This one at least is marked, but you should, well, wait, we'll see plenty that are unmarked, and if you want to screw up your car, that's one way to do it. Just slam into an unmarked speed bump. But I will say this, when we lived in Mexico City, I was terrified to drive there. Wasn't interested in it whatsoever.
Not me.
This is where Noe excels. Mexico City driving, he's got it down. But it's about dirty driving. And Merida is a place where, in my opinion, everybody drives in a lot more friendly, less aggressive way. And myself, I let people in. I let them merge easily. I give them a wave of thank you when they let me in. When people don't block the intersection, I wave and say thank you, and they do the same. So I think it's just a very different style than what Noe is used to. And it's more familiar to me, both in terms of the stop signs, the roundabouts, the going slowly in school zones, the anticipation of screw-ups, etc. Whereas in Mexico City, you're fighting for every inch of road desperately. So it's a much more aggressive style. For cyclists, there are lots of cycle paths which are blocked off for protecting you guys. But you need to be very careful about the stop signs as well. It's a little bit hard to tell, but as you can see, there's no lines in between the lanes, as my dad likes to point out every time he's here. He's like,
but in North Merida, there is, baby. It's just that right now we got out of Central, and we are right now in a neighborhood that is in the east of Merida. But yeah, it's right. There's missing paint here, so.
I mean, not like nobody knows how to drive in a straight line, but generally speaking, lanes are helpful.
So now we are about to get inside Periférico.
What's Periférico?
Periférico is a ring, a highway that surrounds Merida, where you can go faster in there. You have to wait. There's no red lights.
And for those who have forgotten their driver's test, the right of way is for the people in the circle. Don't screw it up, Noe.
Okay, this is Periférico.
Let's see how many mistakes we can catch on this drive.
Alto.
But in this case, it's not an alto total, it's an alto yield. Why they don't use a yield sign, I don't know.
Look,
but
the speed limit is 80.
Okay, the speed limit is 80.
In these 3 rows. So right now I'm driving at 60. So.
You should speed up, sir.
He didn't use his signal. He cut me off. He cut me off from the driver's angle. That's wrong. Be careful, guys. So
it's
50-50.
more frequent to see no signal than it is to see signal used. These are the new Va-Y-Ven buses.
Very good.
Quite an upgrade for Merida. Can't imagine how the locals feel actually, because their town has grown so much, and now there's like traffic here for them, pretty serious traffic compared to how their lives used to be.
Not the car traffic like in LA, New York, Mexico City.
For people from those places,
Monterey.
is laughable. But what I'm saying is, for the locals, it must be really difficult to digest that all these people just showed up and are cramping their style, and then they're driving aggressively and causing, accidents and causing horn honking all the time, etc. I have compassion for that, so I feel for them because a lot has changed in a short period of time, and yeah, that's my 2 cents on what it's like for the poor locals to have all these people here.
But we have to tell you, even though with that, the policemen are doing a very good job.
There's zero tolerance for drinking and driving here. So mind your P's and Q's, everyone. If you have a beer, you don't drive, because if they breathalyze you, your car is getting impounded and that's the end of it. So that's a fair warning on that one.
Hey guys, this is the Mérida Progreso Highway. This is the way you get to the beach. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lane highway.
I think more than afraid, people are just like a bit nervous about driving in Mexico in general, because there's a lack of rule following. But for me, Yucatan has more rules and regulations and more adherence to them than Mexico City, for example. So for me, it's more familiar and more comfortable to drive here. But no, he's not wrong. There are a lot of people out there who say, I'm never driving in Mexico.
Well, Megan drives. She's completely independent. Each guy has its own car.
Yes.
I drive this truck and she drives the other SUV. So.
Yeah, so for me, driving in Merida is very comfortable and very familiar. Is more like Canada than Mexico City was. So for me, I like it. So just so you know, right now we are in North Merida, Alta Brisa area. And traffic flows a little bit differently here than it does in Centro. So
there are bigger avenues.
Yeah, the roads are wider, more lanes, less potholes, less stop signs, more roundabouts, and more stop lights. So more like a modern city in the north when it comes to traffic patterns. Okay, we're approaching another roundabout.
Yeah. Who goes first?
These guys.
Black guy. Also this guy, right?
Yeah, everybody that's in the circle has the right of way. Okay, it's clear. Boot it.
Now they have to wait for me?
Yes, now they have to wait. He didn't wait. He's trying to boot in front. But that's pretty common here. So he thought he could get away with it, and he did. Contact that number for bad driving.
Next to us to the left is something named Paso Deprimido.
Underpass.
Underpass.
And now we're on Prolongación de Montejo.
Be careful with the little yellow bumps.
That is the bus lane.
Also, people riding bicycles can go in that lane, the bus lane. Okay, guys, this is the iconic roundabout of Merida, Monumento a la Patria, the Homeland Monument.
Make sure no one's coming at you.
Everyone waiting for me to pass.
Good obedience. And now we're on the famous Paseo Montejo. You're not supposed to park where there are stripes, but it's very confusing for people. He's parked in between the zebras, but it seems like people get pretty confused about whether you're supposed to park on them or in between them. That's the
Cool. Oh, look at this carriage.
also part of normal traffic here.
Look.
Hola! So, that is a glimpse at what it's like to drive here in Merida, both in Centro and in North Merida. It's not that bad, guys. I think, you know, if you have a general grasp on the rules of the road internationally, you can make do here. But my only tip is pay attention to what other people are doing, because not everybody has a full grasp on las reglas.
If you come from big cities like New York City, LA, Houston, Dallas, Monterrey, big cities like Mexico City too, this is a walk in the park.
Chill out if you're from those places, because you don't need to be that aggressive here.
Yeah. But I have to tell you that Merida has been growing. There's a lot of real estate action here. So there's a lot of immigration from other places in Mexico. We've said that in other videos. Also a lot of expats live here, either 50-50 or full-time. So it's this mix of people that are used to drive their way from wherever they come from. And it looks like the city is not completely ready for this amount of visitors or people that just relocated like us, right? So I think the only way to keep things under control, is just follow the rules and drive defensively and chill out. There's no rush here in this place. But we know that there has been an increase of car traffic.
Yeah, so that's today's activities with Megan and Noe Yucatan living, driving in Merida. Give us a comment below, guys. How did you feel that driving today was compared to where you live? And how do you feel about driving in Merida if you're here or are planning on visiting here? Are you intimidated or you're totally comfortable hitting the streets? Let us know in the comments below. Green light.
The truth is that it's more convenient to have a car. That's the truth. For groceries, for going to the beach, for whatever.
So, that's it for today. Wrapping up, signing off. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're curious about life in Yucatan and in Merida in specific. And yeah, look forward to seeing you next time, guys. Until then, cuídate, hasta luego.
Sign off.